Hi, and welcome to the weekly general reading for February 25th, 2019. Now, I always post these weekly readings on Mondays, but it's okay if you're not watching it on Monday, February 25th, okay? We're looking at the energy over the next 7 days, so this is going to apply no matter when you're watching it. Just know it's going to apply for 7 days, okay? So we're going to be looking at the energy surrounding you guys and hopefully find out, maybe what's going to be going on in your life for the next 7 days. So I'm going to go ahead and name the piles. Pile number 1 is the green butterfly. Pile number 2 is the yellow butterfly. Pile number 3 is the red butterfly. Pile number 4 is the blue butterfly. Pile number 5 is the purple butterfly. And pile number 6 is the white butterfly. So as you're focusing on which pile is calling to you, which one you feel drawn to, do know that these are general readings. They're for the general public. If you want a private reading, you can find out about that and everything else you need to know about me in the description, okay? And that is where the timestamps are going to be until I get around to making a comment, in case there's not a comment pinned yet. Alrighty, so I think we're going to just go ahead and start with pile number 1. Okay, I'm just moving some of these out of the way so that we can just look at your cards spread out, okay? Okay, so those of you who picked the green butterfly, here's your reading. We have the clock and the well. We have a crib, a seahorse, and a man. Okay, and we have the 3 of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups, and the 2 of Swords. Okay. So let's go ahead and start with the tarot. I apologize. I'm just looking at this to see. Okay, so somebody in your life right now wants attention for what they're doing. It's kind of like bravado. They're like kind of showing off, and they might be exaggerating a little, but it's like they want more attention for what they're doing. They want you to think that they're cool. They want you to think that that they're good at what they do and that kind of stuff. So if you know a person that you want to make sure they know that you think that they're cool, but you don't want to like say it straight up, one thing you can do is just tell them, oh, I really like what you're doing there, or I really appreciate what you just said, or something like that. That way it's kind of muted, but the person still gets that boost from it. Kind of keep that in mind. I feel like you're going to be spending a lot of time with your friends. This goes for men and women, yeah, I feel like you're going to be spending some time with your friends. There might be a party with your friends this week. But just kind of keep that in mind. And then we have being real closed off this week when it comes to matters of the heart, like wanting to hide something, okay? Now, there's a time and place for that, okay? So I'm not going to like say, oh, well, don't do that, because you probably have a good reason to. But just know that it feels to me, looking at everything here, that, I'm sorry, it feels to me like it's not really the time, like this week isn't going to be the time to really focus a whole lot on romance, because you've got this other stuff going on. So kind of keep that in mind, it just doesn't feel as dominant when I'm looking at the general energy here, okay? So we have crib, so that's birth or conception of a child or enterprise, okay? You might be starting something new at work. Seahorse is family matters, and then we have dealings or relationship with a man. So you might have some issues to kind of play out with your brother, with your dad, your grandfather, maybe your son. So kind of keep that in mind. Also understand that this week, you're going to be probably spending a lot of time with family, or being irritated by family, or whatever that reality is for you, So kind of keep that in mind. Maybe there's some birthdays or something like that. Maybe somebody is going to have a baby shower and that's what the party is, that kind of thing. I can see how they connect. understand that when we talk about creating and we talk about conception and we talk about birth or new beginnings, that can also talk about relationships. It can also talk about something, with work. And that's kind of the general feeling I get, is that most of you guys, it's like just creative, it's a creative endeavor is happening. So it's like you're giving birth to this idea, over here though, it says it's like, right now is really, really good timing to make wishes. Okay. And I know that might seem like kind of weird. Like, why would I have to wait for a good time to make a wish? It feels like this week you're just you're kind of in a zone this week where you're not too perky and you're not too low. You're just kind of mellow, and your mind will feel kind of like more smooth. Like the thoughts will be more smooth. And that's a really great time to kind of channel the ideas that you have for the future. So one of the things you might want to do is write down, all the things that you want to have happen to you, but write them down in the present. For example, you can write down, you know, my son no longer has behavior problems at school. Or you can write down, my spouse listens to me every time I talk, Or you can write down, I have all the money I need and enough to buy whatever I want. Just whatever it is, say it in the present tense as if it's already happened. And, really, you might actually want to start a journal doing that every day, because it really makes a big difference about how you feel in your unconscious mind, because you're basically programming yourself to believe that you can succeed. And it's really amazing how that works. But it's like, yeah, make some wishes, think about what it is that you want. Think about what it is you want to manifest, in all areas. And, yeah, I really just feel like the wishes that you make this week are gonna happen, or they're gonna happen in a way that makes sense. All right, guys. Okay, those of you who picked pile number 2, the yellow butterfly, here is your reading. We've got the Sun, we've got the 9 of Cups, and we have the Devil in reverse. We also have Rooster, Carrot, and Staff. And we have Polar Bear and Love, but we've got Love first. Okay, that's interesting. Let me just read these here. Okay, yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so you're gonna be pretty happy when it comes to your relationships. Okay. Especially when it comes to love, you're going to be very happy there. It feels like there was something that was forbidden that's no longer forbidden, or there was something that felt wrong, but now it's been cleared up. So I feel like some kind of misunderstanding's been cleared up. Okay, and it's like the two of you know where you stand, and you're good. You know that you're in a good place this week. Okay, this also can speak to other emotional fulfillment too. Like gaining a stronger sense of self-confidence, or gaining a greater sense of awareness of who you are and what path you want to be on, and all of that kind of stuff. The Sun, not only is it happy, but it's also kind of playful, and it also sheds light on things. So if there have been things that are kind of mysterious in your life that you've kind of wanted to know about, maybe there's like a song you've wanted to know what the name of it is, and you just can't find it anywhere, no matter what you Google or whatever. Or maybe you have a friend and you just know they're holding something from you, but you have no idea how to go about figuring out what, that kind of thing. The Sun will shed light on things like that. So I just wanted to mention that. I was saying that you'd have a good relationship with the people you're around. There is going to be one person that's going to be a little too much. It's like they're real full of themselves, and they might kind of try to one up you every so often. That's what the rooster means. So be aware of that. Just be aware of the idea that you're going to probably be irritated by somebody. But I'm not saying like just general daily irritants. I just mean like you're really going to be irritated, and you might even feel moved to speak up about it and all of that. I know it's easier said than done, but it's better to just ignore this person because it's just going to work you up for nothing. Remember, you can't rationalize with an irrational person. Try to keep that in mind. And then we have the staff, which means that, you know, you might be going through some times, you know, you might be going through some pretty difficult stuff, maybe something stressful, maybe something that you just absolutely can't control at all. This lets you know that you're going to be taken care of, okay? So either somebody's going to come forward and take care of you in this time, or you're going to realize that you know, that you already have what it takes to succeed right now, okay? So what I would imagine this could be, okay, just to give you guys some tactile, you know, is like, this could be something like, you know, making bad grades at school, you know, for a week, you know, just not, like, having an off week, you know, this could look at, like, maybe getting in trouble at work or embarrassing yourself in front of your friends, or like maybe people are spreading some rumors and it's like not really, you know, that's not really cool, or maybe you're going through some really bad health issues or some financial issues. You know, it could be anything like that, but the bottom line is you're going to be taken care of. And then, you know, the reason I say financial issues is that we have the carrot, which can stand for a windfall, okay? It's also just in general opportunity. It's just something has come to you unexpectedly that you probably will want to say yes to. In fact, I would advise you to say yes to it because it feels like these two cards are kind of a solution in a pair. Okay, so just know that when somebody brings up something new, that, you know, you might want to consider it a little bit more before you say no right away. Okay, so we have the love, and then we have the polar bear. This polar bear has been coming up like so much, and it's like I've felt like it's either like a really overbearing boss, or maybe a like mother-in-law or a mother figure, or just somebody who's really imposing. But we're getting love first, and then this comes up. So I feel like, especially with this new opportunity, okay, and especially with you feeling happy and everything, this might be you getting a promotion at work. This might be you feeling like you need to do something that you love. It might be that you're in love with somebody who's a very, very strong person, a very like kind of dominant person, you know. But the bottom line, you know, when I'm looking at all of this, is that this is good. This is positive. It's not like the polar bear is infringing on the love. It's like the love comes first and then the polar bear. So this could mean like you love your job at work, you know. But it could also mean that you love somebody who maybe is a boss, or you love somebody who maybe is a manager, or, you know, somebody who basically delegates tasks to other people, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, so understand that, you know, I mean, this is like true love too. It's like, you know, perfect. It's really good. So I feel like this does have to do with your romantic, you know, relationship, and this right here with the Nine of Cups also kind of promises a wish fulfillment there. With the Sun, it just feels like your relationship or your prospects are coming up. You know, it feels like you, like you're getting more opportunities there. Okay, I just got the impression that this could also mean that you're going to meet somebody at work that you're going to fall in love with, and it might not necessarily be somebody you work with, but you might meet somebody at work. Okay, so keep that in mind. And again, this is just 7 days. Okay, so keep in mind that this is just for the next 7 days. Alrighty. Okay, pile number 3. Those of you who picked the red butterfly. Oh, looks good. Lucky and money. That's a good thing here. We've got hills, forest, and a perched bird. Ooh, we've got the Two of Cups, the Hanged Man, and also the Five of Cups, okay? And they're all in the upright position. So let me go ahead and start with the tarot, and then we'll move along, okay? Two of Cups lets me know that you and your person, whoever that is, are probably going to be getting along really, really well this week, okay? The only other thing that this could be, especially since we've got the money over here, is that you might go into partnership with somebody at a job, okay, or for some kind of creative endeavor, something that will make you some money, okay? That's the only other thing it could mean, okay? Keep that in mind. We've got the Hanged Man, seeing things from different perspectives. It's always good to do that. It really expands your mind and understanding of everything that's possible, and helps you be more prepared, okay? So you're going to be seeing the world a little bit differently this week, okay? And understand that, you know, sometimes when my mind's kind of off and I'm looking at the world in a different way, it feels uncomfortable. I don't feel like this is going to feel uncomfortable to you. I feel like it's more like your mind's expanding. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that. But we've also got something on your mind this week that's really troubling you. Okay? I feel like this is really disconnected from everything else that's going on, though. I feel like this is kind of just standing by itself over here. Maybe it was something left over from last week, or maybe it's something that's, for example, it might be an anniversary of a death, for example, okay? That might be bothering you. Or it might be some other kind of loss. But usually the Five of Cups represents some kind of grief, some kind of really big sorrow. I do want to say that if you are experiencing really heavy grief and maybe emotional numbness even, and psychological pain, and it's been going on for more than 2 weeks, to please go ahead and see a professional about that, okay? Because there are ways out of that. And when you're feeling that way for that long, it's not something that getting more sun or exercising better or something like that's gonna help, okay? It's something that you'll need to work out. So yeah, I mean, and for those of you who aren't feeling a whole lot of that inner turmoil, just understand it might be a good time to kind of face your shadow self right now. Just kind of face some of the things that you don't like about yourself so you can kind of purge them and get rid of them. So we have two landscapes. We've got the hills, which are obstacles to overcome, but I do want to mention there's also mountains in this deck, and the mountains are big obstacles. So these are smaller obstacles to overcome. So I don't feel like these are going to be difficult. I feel like it's more like you're being challenged, which can be fun, rather than you're being blocked, if that makes sense, okay? And then we have forest, which is like kind of muddled and unclear thinking. I think that this has to do with the Five of Cups. And another thing about the forest is that I've always interpreted it as also kind of going deep within into something that's unknown, and that would also pair up with this with the shadow self. Now remember, when I was talking about the Hanged Man, I felt like, it's not like your mind's gonna not be clear, so this is literally saying unclear thinking. I really don't feel like this and your different perspective are connected, are gonna interfere with one another. This could be something that kind of comes up just at night, or something like that. But I just feel like there's something that you want to do, or that, has to do with this grief, that's going to be a little bit difficult to process. I mean, actually, that's the perfect word. It's processing. It's like your mind's not really muddled or unclear. It's just that you haven't come to a conclusion yet. So your mind's just kind of dancing around it, trying to pick it apart, whatever it is that's on your mind. And it will seem like that's unclear because you haven't kind of come to that conclusion, okay? We also have a bird that's perched. So I see that you're waiting for news. It could also be waiting for a package or a letter. For those of you who are like me and order a lot on Amazon, you probably are getting a package this week. It could be something as simple as that, or it could be, something bigger, like a note of acceptance into Yale or MIT or, one of those prestigious schools, or something like that. But I'm getting that you're waiting, but I'm not necessarily getting that you're going to get it. Okay, so I do want to mention that. We have luck, though, a little bit of luck. And when we get this luck card, it's like, the things that are kind of more negative here, like these, okay, the little obstacles, the waiting and the grief, they kind of get boosted a little bit in a positive way, okay? So the grief becomes lessened, and the obstacles to overcome are either easier to overcome or they get smaller, right? Or the waiting for the news, it's not so, you don't have to wait as much as long. So understand that the luck kind of boosts the whole reading into a more positive light. And then money, okay? Luck in money, okay? So I do feel like whether it's creative endeavor or it's literally work or your career, it's like there's something you're going to come up with that's going to help you make more money. You might be promoted. It just feels like you're secure. It feels like you're really secure financially this week. All right, guys? Okay. We are moving on to pile number 4. Those of you who picked the blue butterfly, here is your message for the week. Okay, so sorry, we have the dog, we have the clouds, and the older woman, cobweb, a wedge, the hermit, the 4 of coins, and the Knight of Cups. But the Knight of the Knight of Cups, they're all in the upright position. At first I thought it was in reverse, but it's not. Okay. I usually start with the tarot, but I want to address this first. It looks like one of your friends is going to really need some help. They're just not, they're not in a good place, but in their mind, like they might want to reach out to you to talk and stuff like that, and you might be in the hermit mode, kind of wanting to, withdraw and everything. It just feels like, it feels like you might want to go ahead and give them a little bit more attention than maybe you normally would. Or, give them that attention and then redirect them to somebody else who might be more appropriate to talk to. Just because this person is going to be in a time of need where they're just kind of totally lost in the dark. They feel like they can't think right and that kind of stuff. And it's not like... It feels kind of clinical, okay? So just know that there's that. The other way of interpreting this is that you've got somebody who's really loyal, somebody who's really important in your life, but something that they're doing is causing you to feel, kind of confused, okay? It's just confusing you, or it might hurt you, but it feels more like confusion than hurt, okay? Know that that's not going to resolve itself this week if that situation applies to you. But if it's a friend that's confused, then make certain that you at least direct them to some place that can help them, okay? Because they will actually follow your advice. Okay, so over here we've got the King of Cups. Somebody's going to be sharing their emotions with you. That's interesting. And then we have the 4 of coins. So you're going to be feeling a little bit of lack this week. You're going to be feeling like you have to kind of hold on to things, like you maybe a little frantic, like, oh, I can't spend too much, or, oh, I can't go out because I just don't have enough energy. I'm just holding on to my energy here, or whatever it is. It feels like there's not enough of something. And when I think about not enough of something, the most common things that come out is like not enough energy, not enough time, not enough money, not enough friends, that kind of stuff. And just understand that this is more about perspective than reality when it comes to this, okay? I understand that it's pentacles, but I do read intuitively, and that's what I'm getting for you guys for this week. And we also have hermit mode. Sometimes when we hold on to stuff, we kind of become withdrawn as well. This is a good thing, though. The Hermit's my favorite card. Okay, so when I get the Hermit, I love it. But basically, it's like just go within and kind of sort things out. Is there anything that you need to process that's you're not kind of processing? You know, you might need to process this person that's going to be sharing their emotions with you. Um, oh, I do have to say, a few of you guys watching are wondering whether or not you should express yourself to your person. And I feel like the people that I am talking about are male. Okay, so if you're a female and you've been thinking about that, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the males. Unless you're very masculine for a female. Okay. So just kind of keep that in mind, because I'm just getting a lot of masculine energy around it. Plus, it's a king. For you guys, you know, this is a good go ahead to express your feelings. Okay, you need to get those out. Okay, and then contemplate that. But yeah, you're gonna be wanting to spend a little bit more time alone, spend a little bit more time in your head. You know, this might have to do with wanting to conserve that energy or conserve whatever it is that you're trying to conserve right now. That's good. It just makes me concerned if a friend's trying to reach out to you and, you know, you're like me and you turn off your phone, you know, turn off your internet after 8, you know, or whatever. You know, it's like, you know, they might not be able to get a hold of you, and so I just wanted to kind of warn you to, you know, be at least a little bit available. So a wedge, you know, the wedge, I like this imagery. When people talk about third party situations, I'm not saying you're in a situation like that. You might be, but you know, I like the wedge instead, because it's like there's so many things that kind of can be a third party in a relationship, any relationship, romantic or non, that kind of puts a wedge in between you and that person, right? Um, you know, for example, you know, when I was younger, some of my friends had parents that were more strict than mine, and those parents would put kind of a wedge in between us and what we wanted to do, right? In the same way that a third party can put a wedge in between you and the person that you're interested in, right? Um, so basically, this is something that's preventing you from getting either what you want or preventing a relationship, okay? Be aware of this and try to figure out what it is. You know, what's the odd thing out, okay? And see if you can eliminate that. Now, if you can't eliminate that, then you're going to have to work around it. Or you're going to have to start brainstorming ways to make that happen in a different way. But understand, we're reading for the next 7 days, and I feel like this wedge is going to stick there for the next 7 days at least. So I don't feel like it's going to be resolved this week. So just know that if something's really frustrating you because it's coming in between you and somebody else, or it's preventing you from getting what you want, that it's just not the time right now to get that. But you will get it later, I feel. I mean, I feel that you will. We also have a cobweb, okay? This is letting me know that you're really protective. You're really protected. Sorry. You know, when you've got this cobweb, you've got it protecting you from any kind of negativity, from any kind of I just feel like it's a film that's kind of covering you, kind of like an ethereal body, or kind of like light, you know, or like a halo, something like that. It feels like it's just this kind of vibration that's around you, that's protecting you from basically people messing with you when you're hermiting, okay, that kind of thing. So understand that you know, unless this friend kind of disturbs your peace, you're going to have a pretty peaceful week, okay? Even though you've got this wedge going on, you still will feel pretty peaceful, okay? You're going to be interacting with an older woman. This could be a teacher, it could be a mother, it could be a grandmother, it could just be a mentor, it could be even a person that's your same age, but they're just very wise. Or it could be a person that's younger than you, but they're really, really wise. They've got some experience that you don't have, right? For most of you, it's going to be somebody who's literally older. And then also, it will be a woman. It's not a man. Okay, so keep that in mind. Understand that that's just going to play a role in your week. I mean, I'm not getting any details further than that. But just know that she'll be playing a role in your week. All right, guys? Okay. Time for those of you who picked the purple pile. The purple butterfly. So here is what to expect this week. Okay. So we have the Knight of Cups. We have the Five of Rods in reverse. And we have Strength. We have the mice and the tree. We have a woman, an owl, and a leg. Okay, this is actually really good here. So we've got somebody coming forward with their feelings, okay? Now, immediately what I'm getting is that their feelings, it's like, in fact, I kind of feel like it goes more like in this direction, even though this is not how it came up. It came up like this. I just want to make sure you guys know. But it's like somebody's coming forward with their feelings, even though it feels like things are a little off. It feels like maybe you're going to be, maybe you've been arguing lately, or maybe maybe there's been some distance, maybe you just feel like there's some kind of, like that spark has either gotten out of control or might have like kind of went out. You still have this person, you know, that you're talking about. And I think most of you know who I'm talking about, okay? You've got this person that's still going to be, you know, coming forward and still going to be saying, no, I want to be in a relationship with you. I want to be your friend. I want to be there for you and all of that. And it's going to really help you come to an understanding of the dynamics that are happening in this particular situation. In the situation where you've, I want to make sure you guys can see it, where you've had this kind of conflict, but it's over, you know, that's why it's in reverse, you know, it's like the energy's still there, but it's in reverse, it's done, and it's like you're kind of, in fact, I think both of you are kind of worried that it could go there again, but by the end of the week, you'll definitely know that it's not going to go there again, because you guys are going to reach an understanding, not only about whatever that topic was, or whatever that feeling was, but you'll also reach an understanding with one another about how you guys feel. You know, one thing I have to say, I've got a friend who's one of those like extreme introverts, right? And he's a guy, and he's somebody who doesn't really communicate about his feelings very often. So it's a big deal when I tell him something like, you know, I've been feeling whatever lately, you know, I mean, I don't know, I'm just going to pretend I've been feeling bad lately, right? And then he might not say anything back, and then, you know, it's like lost. And then like 3 or 4 days later, he'll you know, ask me like, are you still feeling bad? I'm worried about you because you told me that before. And, you know, and it's like, I realized that, oh, he wasn't just ghosting me about my feelings. He wasn't just like ignoring me. You know, he understood. He just didn't know what to say, you know, that kind of thing. And which is very symptomatic of people who are profoundly introverted, okay? They need time to think before they can really generate a proper response, you know, and that kind of thing. So that's kind of what it reminds me of. So if you feel like somebody's kind of ignoring an issue that you have, they're not, okay? And they're going to be coming forward with that. Okay, so we have dealings or relationship with a woman, okay? So there's going to be a woman in your life this week, okay? I don't really get the impression that it's going to be definitely new or definitely somebody you're just friends with, you know, or whatever. But I'm just getting that there's a woman in your life that's going to make her presence known to you, basically. You're going to be spending a few hours with this person, okay? And then we have good advice from a wise person. This could be even from yourself, okay? Keep that in mind. I do feel like this is probably connected to this woman, though, okay? So understand that you're going to be getting some really good advice from a wise person. And then we've got the leg. This is talking about new experiences, actually. You know, when you have the Knight of Cups coming forward, you know, offering that cup, you know, you've got this idea that there's like something new that's being offered to you, right? So yeah, you've got that going on as well. Now, the tree usually represents health, so I want to, you know, give a little bit of a warning. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose anything. I'm just giving examples. We have like the mice kind of eating away at your health. There might be something that's kind of like eating at your health. And when I think about that, I think about, you might have some digestive problems. You might have, like, maybe you're exercising and you're kind of hurting a muscle, and it's like kind of, that repetitive action is kind of eating away at the muscle, that kind of thing. Or it could be something, it could be anything, but we just have something eating away at your health. So make sure that you're doing what you need to stay healthy. And this could also mean like a stagnation in your growth, okay? Because trees also represent growing in the Lenormand. I recognize that trees represent family and other things, but the Lenormand's pretty strict about what it means, and I guess that's kind of what I like about it, is it's really easy to read because you always know what it means. But yeah, it's just this feeling like there's something that's kind of eating away at your health. If you need to see your general practitioner or a doctor or a specialist or whatever, please do that this week, because it's gonna get worse, it's gonna continue to bother you, basically, if there's something that's been bothering you, okay? And I can't really say what it is, but the examples I used are examples that make sense to me, okay? All right, guys, this looks good, though. This looks really good. Just want to mention that one more time. Okay. Alrighty. Those of you who picked the 6th pile, here is your reading. Okay, so we have Temperance. We have the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Page of Swords. The Lenormand, we have the Maze and the Looking Glass, okay? We have dogs getting together with friends, vase, a secret admirer, and mountain road. You are on the road to success. Wow, this is a lot here. Okay, so your week, it looks like it's pretty packed. So you've got Temperance right now. You feel more in balance, okay? That, you're feeling more balanced this week, okay? You're not as worried about money. You don't, or at least some kind of material thing. You're not as worried about it. You feel like it's been taken care of. This could be something, like you cleaned out a drawer, or you cleaned the garage or the closet or whatever, to, you're no longer worried about money because you just got a major windfall. It could be a whole lot of different things, okay? But it's just that you don't have to think about it this week. There was something you had to think about, and now you don't. That had to do with, like, material stuff, most likely money. We got the Page of Swords. You've got something to say this week. So make sure when you feel that urge to communicate, I'm sorry, I need a drink of water. When you feel that urge to communicate, do it, okay? Because it's like you're supposed to speak up this week. So it looks like you're going to be getting together with your friends, okay? Understand that if you have a crush on somebody, or you're maybe dating somebody who you've been friends with first, it could mean that you're going to see that person this week. But I do have getting together with friends. This could also mean that you might be in a situation where your friends, you see how loyal your friends are to you, and they are, okay? We've got Mountain Road. There's something that you must be doing. You must have just started, or you're gonna start at the very beginning of this week, that's that you're wondering whether or not you're going to be successful with it. You will. You're going to be very successful with it. We've got you're on the road to success. So understand, we're talking about for the next 7 days, you're on the road to success. As long as you keep that up, the success will come, okay? But you've got to keep it up past just the 7 days, okay? And then we've got a secret admirer. That's really interesting. I wonder who likes you. I feel like for some of you guys, you actually know who this is. And it's like you're wondering, do they like me or not? I really can't tell. And this is just confirmation that yes, they do, and they just haven't told you yet. They're really nervous. They don't know how to approach you. They feel a little intimidated by you, that kind of thing. And then for those of you who have no idea who this person could be, it's just a new person in your life that is very attracted to you, okay? So with the Looking Glass and the Maze, we've got a situation where you're searching for something, that you've lost. Okay. Funny enough, I don't feel like this is a material item. You know, maybe you do lose your keys, you know, and that kind of stuff, okay? Maybe you currently have lost something and you've been searching for it. But I feel like this searching is more in the mind, okay? I feel like you're searching for something that maybe you used to have that you want to kind of conjure up again. Maybe it's an attitude or a belief or a kind of way of thinking. And I just want to let you know that I don't feel like that search is in vain. Okay? I feel like you're going to get it, okay? And again, I'm getting zero indication that this is a physical object. You know, it's not like, oh, I lost my white butterfly. Where is it? And then I find it. You know, it's not like that. It's not a physical thing. It's more abstract. Okay? So it's like you're searching for something that exists in your mind. All right? Okay. Thank you guys so much for staying until the end of my video. Really appreciate each and every one of you, and I am so thankful for each and every new subscription, comment, you know, like, and all of that good stuff. I read all of my comments, and I just can't comment back to all of them, but I read all of them. I really enjoy reading them. And I just want to say thank you so much for helping me grow my channel. Just wanted to remind you guys that, you know, I do a lot of readings on this channel that are free and all of that kind of stuff, but they still are for the public audience or general. If you want something more specific, I do offer those private readings. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow at our next pick a card reading.